How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Park to Prem. It's the start of Season 5. The last couple of days we've been preparing for our debut season in the EFL. And look at this media preview. Look at the Dream 11. There's a new player in the list. And that man is one of two new players that we've signed on ESC work permit deals since you were last here. We have actually signed 3 players since the end of last episode. None of them are left mids, because why would I sign the positions I need? The first is Richard Spencer, the least sexy of the 3. This man was released by Tottenham. Can play on the left, can play on the right, loads of potential. Maybe one for the future. But the other 2 players we signed are Alberto Rodriguez and Luis Castillo. And as you can kind of tell from the names, they're not English. Yeah, off the back of last episode, we had about a month of pre-season. I think it was nearer 3 weeks, actually. But I decided to up the scouting range, which I really should now lower down because we've actually spent over our budget. But essentially, all I did was look at players based outside the UK with contract status expired, aged between 18 and 20, sorted by world reputation, and started having a poke around just to see what was available. I mean, you can see here, there are actually some okay players when you look through this list. Admittedly, the blokes that I've signed are a lot better than these 2 players I'm just showing you. We will start with the first of these 2 new signings. It's Luis Castillo, 19 years old, Honduran international, 5 caps. And let me tell you now, Andre Dazelle, watch out, your deep line playmaker throne might have just been lost. This guy has 14 passing, 17 vision, great decision making, absolutely superb flair as well, good leadership. His physicals may be lacking a little bit, although at 19 they could still get better. And I'll be honest, he's just an absolutely elite creative player. The only downside is temperamental personality. He could be a little bit of a nutter. But yes, I like the look of Castillo, but honestly, he's probably not the best of the bunch. Alberto Rodriguez is the pick of the bunch. The 19-year-old was released by Cruz Azul's academy. If you've ever managed in Mexico, you'll know Cruz Azul are amazing. This guy had some pretty good form for them, but he had been released. We were able to snap him up, and he kind of stood out. Obviously, in the history of Football Manager, I have fond memories of Mexican strikers. Can anyone remember Carlos Fierro? He was a baller in like FM13, 14. Real ones know. Alberto Rodriguez is my Carlos Fierro, except this guy is dropping down to League 2. And I mean, look at the physicals. Great acceleration, great pace. I mean, his physicals on the whole are absolutely superb. 14 finishing, decent aggression, and really good teamwork and work rate. Could be more of a pressing player if we want him to be. He is naturally a striker, although he can play out on the right. And well, as you can perhaps imagine, the addition of the Mexican has kind of had to change my plans a little bit. Now, all of last episode, I was discussing this idea of getting a new left attacking mid, play them as this lazy outlet player role, and then kind of plan from there. As it's transpired, with Rodriguez joining, he is going to become that lazy outlet player. The non-league Mo Salah. We stick him out on the right-hand side, cutting on his left foot. He's an outball, and then in possession, he is, of course, going to play as that inside forward. Obviously, last season, we just played with kind of a 4-1-4-1, and actually, earlier on in the year, we did play with kind of the 4-3-3, didn't we, without the ball. So this is kind of a hybrid of what we played throughout last year. And then when we do have the ball, it will be Zevkovic John on the left, Rodriguez on the right, and Landers up top. Of course, Landers is a very, very good striker. I don't feel like I might live to regret this. I don't think I'm going to struggle to play Landers and Rodriguez together. I actually think they can work really nicely. And in fact, I am kind of working on a longer term plan here at the club, which is that I will switch to a 4-3-3 that becomes a 4-4-2 when we don't have the ball. Castillo is going to play as that deep line playmaker, the new Honduran edition. But I feel like Mefico can drop alongside him to be another defensive mid option. And then my plan is, and I might be cooking here, is to play Alvarez as a right midfielder when we don't have the ball. I'm currently training him to play as a winger in possession. It's always a little bit weird. With Alvarez here, I want him to play centre mid when we have the ball and right mid when we don't have the ball. But with how FM26 works, in order to train him in his new out of possession position, I have to train him in an in possession role of a right mid position, because Football Manager logic. But my plan is essentially to play the 4-3-3 as you know and love it, then have Alvarez move across, and then Rodriguez will step up from being a right attacking mid option to actually pressing as a front 2. And the nice thing about this addition is the fact that Princewell can actually play right attacking mid and striker, so he will fit quite nicely into this team, and that will just enable the kind of 3-man rotation into the 2 striker spots. It does go without saying, this Rodriguez bloke is absolutely amazing. He signed a 3-year deal. I do actually have the option to trigger a 2-year contract extension. After the whole Herbie James saga, I'm going to wait a little bit before I trigger that because I don't want to risk this guy getting unhappy. I showed it already. He's in the Media Dream 11, and with his addition, and of course the addition at centre defensive mid of Castillo, we have moved up to 4th, which, just as a little reminder, the top 3 teams in this division do get automatic promotion. There's not been any further transfers out right now since last episode, although Gibbard is possibly on his way out. The captain has had his captaincy stripped of him, so I guess he's the former captain now, but he could be making a return over the Irish Sea to go and play in Ireland, and I think it would probably be a good move for everyone. I don't see a world where he's going to get the minutes for us that he perhaps expects as a star player. I mean, look, we were phasing him out the team a little bit last year. He didn't really step up in the National League. We are set to get around £50,000 for him. I think that's quite a good return. Of course, it's a very, very exciting time here at the club at the moment. Today we are doing 2 matches. Now, originally I did kind of say I was going to do the Dagenham and Redbridge game and then the Southend United game. But in the Carabel Cup, we've been drawn against Crawley Town. And Crawley Town are another team based in West Sussex. They are essentially a local rival to us, although in Football Manager, there is no rivalry that exists between Lewis and Crawley Town because they've never been in the same division, or at least not in any kind of recent history. So this could be the birth of a brand new rivalry, and I'd really like to beat them in the Cup. Obviously, of all the Cup competitions in England, the Carabao Cup is not the most sexy, but local rivals at home, it's on TV as well. It's a massive game. But in our only game of the year, we are going to be taking on Dagenham and Redbridge. They are a very good little team, Dagenham and Redbridge. Their media prediction is 21st. They got promoted from the National League into League 2 last year, and they survived. Obviously, we're looking to do a little better than they've done, and I do feel like this is the kind of game that we really should be winning. As much as I would love to trial the 4-4-2, Alberto's inability to play right mid means it's just not really an option early on in the season. As he starts to pick it up, I definitely would like to move to this kind of system. But at least for now, we're going to have to try the little bit of a hybrid role where Rodriguez is playing as that inside outlet winger. Hopefully, he is just going to be a really great addition for us. He's the best player in our team, arguably, in terms of star ratings. The media back him a lot. Doesn't have a right foot. That is the only concern with him. But who knows, with Castillo and his mental passing and vision, hopefully he's just going to be pinging balls to Rodriguez. I'm really hoping these 2 new additions, given how much I'm bigging them up, are going to do the business for us. I mentioned Landers already up front. Of course, Mafiko is also making his debut at centre mid today, and in at right back, Julien, the man who I didn't really know that we needed until he popped up, is going to be starting at right back. I really, really like the look of this guy. He's kind of the natural upgrade, I feel like, on Gibbard, and for this level, he looks like a quality little right back. Oh, we get the Football League graphics. Is it just me, or is this not very clear? I feel like had I known that the squad numbers are so prevalent here, I maybe would have numbered my players more seriously this season. Okay, here we are at the Dripping Pan. We are playing in our away kit today because Dagenham and Redbridge are scumbags and their kits both clash with us. So, yeah, we are donning the white strip for our Football League debut. Lewis FC have never been this high in the Football League before. I'd love to kick things off with a win. I think we might have an early highlight here. We did, of course, have a stadium under construction and getting some more seats added. It's not been done yet, so we'll keep an eye out for that and see if we can spot the stand under construction. As well, we are going to have possession here. Alvarez gives it to Theo Julien. What can he do here? He plays it down the line to Rodriguez. The Mexican, my little amigo, dinks it into Landers. The 2 new boys link up. That probably should have been a goal. Just as a little reminder, Princewell is injured to start the season. Did I leave him on the bench? He probably shouldn't have been on the bench. He's still got an injury. But yeah, Princewell not fit enough to start the game. Although, to be honest, even if he was fit, I don't think he's as good as Landers or Rodriguez. And of course, I've kind of half mentioned it. We are giving Zevcevic John a chance at left mid. Last year on a part-time deal, didn't really shine for us, but we've not been able to find a left mid option despite lots of hunting. I feel like he should be good enough for this level, and well, we'll see how he fares. Maybe the full-time deal is what he needs. As Julien whips it in, Zevcevic John was under it. Landers stole it away from him, but we have got the early lead. If I'm not mistaken, Landers does have like 15 jumping reach, so I'm hoping this will be the first of many corners, or not corners, crosses he scores this year. Also, didn't mention it, Julien, what a ball from right back. Last year, Ollie Shield was our right back, and of course, Diakite's always been the man at left back, and he is still the man at left back to start the year. But yeah, the right backs in our team for the last couple of years has never been able to hold a candle to Diakite. I'd love it if Julien could be this next logical progression, who is the Diakite of the right, so to say. Anyway, Dagenham are playing with fire here. I think we must have had a corner that the highlight started just after it had been dealt with. They're looking to play it out from the back. We can't win the ball off them, so there is a little bit of space now in behind us. Scott dinks it through the middle. Our centre-backs part like the Red Sea. And that is an absolutely wild finish by Abikwu. but it's not going to count. The linesman has bailed us. That would have been a very harsh goal to concede because Dagenham have not had a shot outside of that in this game. And now, well, we're on the attack. Mafiko, the former Cardiff man, the Welsh under-21 international, keen to see him really step up this year as Debayo gives it to Castillo. Mafiko, what can you do? Plays it in behind Diakite. Could he turn provider? He could. He does. Zevcevic John scores. Imagine if, having spent the best part of 2 transfer specials rabbiting on about needing a left midfielder, Zevcevic John this year just inexplicably steps up and shows he's capable. I mean, on paper, in terms of his attributes, he should be good enough for League 2. He wasn't good enough for the National League last year, but that goal there could maybe get his confidence going. Why is there a kick-off highlight? I mean, things were going far too well. 26 minutes in, we're 2 goals to the good. They've given it to Rodriguez. What can we do here? Every time, I'm going to be honest, every time Rodriguez gets the ball, I expect something. Every time Castillo gets the ball, I'm expecting a wonder pass from deep with his crazy passing. Diakite, 1 assist already, whips it in. Player was under it. It's cleared away. Rodriguez. Don't do it, Rodriguez. Please tell me this isn't a red card. No bucking. I'm very relieved he hasn't got sent off there. I was starting to panic a little bit. Instead, the highlight rolls on. Well, right now, Rodriguez has got the ball. Maybe it was the most tactical of tactical fouls of all time. Maybe he saw the future and knew if he hacked down that man, he was going to score. Julien to Landers. It's free, we're flying, and it's the same link-up again. Just as a little reminder, this year our wing-backs, we've moved back to playing the full-back position. Obviously, last year we kind of played them in the wing-back position. They are set as wing-backs for their roles, but I was a little bit concerned the attacking output might drop from them. Based on things here, they've got 3 assists between them inside the first 30 minutes. This might sound weird. I feel a bit bad for Dagenham and Redbridge. Like, they were promoted with us from the National South, then from the National League back-to-back. They had a good year in League 2. I feel like we're immediately derailing their season. Game number 1, they're being dismantled. Maybe away from home against us, especially with the season preview. They weren't expecting much. In terms of what I was expecting, this is slightly beyond my wildest expectations, and while it could continue to get better, Alvarez plays it wide. Julien already has 2 assists. Can he get another? The number 2, looking for a man, floats it in. Landers has done it again. The same link-up has happened 3 times in a row in the first half. I'm trying to think of an iconic right back to striker kind of link-up partnership in world football. And for some reason, Stephen Carr of Tottenham is popping into my head to Robbie Keane. And Stephen Carr was not an attacking wing-back, so I'm not sure why he's getting a shout-out today. I'm sure you lot can come up with a better suggestion for a link-up. Striker to right-back. Name one down below in the comments. I mean, at the break here, we're 4-0 up. Landers is on a 9.6. Julien is on a 10.0. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Nice and easy team talk for this first game. Imagine if we can just score from kickoff. Imagine if we just get another. Zevcevic John, he's got the confidence flowing. He's shooting. Okay, you know what? He has too much confidence. He needs to reel it in. He's got too big for his boots. I mean, I'll be honest, I was expecting the highlight to end. They've lumped the ball up to our goalie, but the highlight's not ending, and now we could be on the attack again, although that ball there was a little ambitious, not once, but twice. Zevcevic John, he's not really got the physicality to win aerial battles like that, so instead, surrendering possession to Dagenham. Teo, though, wins a great little header. Alvarez, Rodriguez, the Mexican hasn't really shone yet. For all the bigging up I did of the 2 new additions on their ESC kind of deals, they've not shone yet. It could change here. Oh, it's offside. Zevcevic John, I thought, was about to score another. Forgot to do shouts. I feel like because I've played hundreds of hours without shouts, I kind of forgot that they're there. In this situation, why not praise the boys? The green, happy, smiley faces give me life. At the risk of being a little disrespectful here, I'm actually just going to make some subs, because I can. Debayo's not had the best of games at centre-back, so I'm just going to take him off for JJ. Andre Dazelle can come in for Alvarez at 2. You know what? I feel like Landers has got his hat-trick. I'm going to move Rodriguez into the striking position, and then on the right-hand side, I'm going to bring in Richards. Mostly because I told Aaron Richards he was going to get first-team minutes and his first-team spot wasn't in jeopardy. And that was before I signed Rodriguez. He expects game time. Richards will give him some game time here, and we can see what Rodriguez can maybe do at striker as well. I love the fact that Landers scores a hat-trick on his debut and gets subbed off. We're just saving his legs for Crawley midweek. Anyway, we're on the attack here. Rodriguez, the Mexican, my little friend. Welcome to Lewis. I do question, did Rodriguez think he was signing for Leeds United? You know, Lewis, Leeds, there's only 1 letter difference. It's just a D and a W and then moved around, isn't it, for Leeds and Lewis? I think he thought he was signing for Leeds, especially with the white kit. He's playing for us. He's bloody magic. Didn't even notice it. Zevcevic John with the assist. I think we found our left mid, and it turns out he was here the whole time. We're on the attack again. Can you tell the game is going to my head? I'm getting a bit whimsical with the commentary. How can you not get giddy watching this? This is just fun. You know, admittedly, they are predicted to be in the relegation zone, but first game in the Football League, the sun is shining for the first time ever. I'd love to keep the clean sheet. Okay, we are for now. That was not a convincing save. 4 minutes of added time here is going to come and go 5-0. We're bloody good. Nice work, everyone. Look at that. Great happy smiley faces across the board. 5-star Lewis triumph. You love to see it. Julien in form. 3 assists on his debut. And Landers gets a debut hat-trick where he did also get subbed off. I did think this guy could be very good for League 2, and I don't want to get carried away. Just give him the golden boot now. All I'm saying is, Landers, Rodriguez, that is a strike partnership made in heaven. Anyway, we do need to rest up the players. The Carabel Cup awaits. We're on TV. It's a local derby. Let's get creepy with Crawley. So I have been making a little bit of an effort to loan out some players and sell players. Truthfully, it's proving to be a little bit difficult, but George King hopefully on his way out to go to Horsham for just shy of £40,000. And elsewhere, we have accepted loan offers for Omar Costley, who at 20, I do still feel like could improve enough to at least be able to return a profit on him. Admittedly, we did sign him on a free, so anything would be profit on him. But I am also loaning out Vinnie Perkins. He was a squad player most of last year, didn't really play that much for us. A loan out for him just to see if he's got any room to actually develop with game time. Feels sensible. Oh, and elsewhere, Joe Gibbard is leaving the building. I didn't realise the Irish transfer window is different to ours, so he doesn't actually leave until the start of December. I'm probably just going to demote him to the under-21s anyway, though. Besides all of that, though, not a great deal going on with the team. Prince will slowly get him back from his injury, fit enough to play 45 minutes. I'm not sure if he's going to start or not for me this year. There is part of me wondering, given his valuation and the fact I do think his playing time is going to lower, is it worth trying to sell him whilst the kind of stocks are high? Would it be ridiculous to sell him? I mean, based on the last game, probably not. At the same time, though, he could be a very good alternative to Rodriguez, who, of course, did score last game, but did only score when we moved him to striker. I've not really used the inside outlet winger that often at the moment in FM26. I want to give it a bit more of a chance to see if it can work. If you have used this role, how have you found it? Is it any good? Oh, I can name 9 subs for this competition. Well, let's add some names. Normally, I live life dangerously by not having a goalie on the bench. I am going to put a goalie on the bench for this game with that extra spot. Our home form is important. We won our last home game. Let's make it 2 wins in 2 to start the year. Of course, the Carabel Cup doesn't kind of carry the same prestige or money for lower league teams that the FA Cup does. But against our local rivals, I really want to give him a go. I did almost drop Diakite for this game at left back just because his fitness was a little bit lacking, but I have decided on this occasion it's worth risking him. We can always make a sub at half-time if we need to and bring a Bangby in. 2 games in a row where it's not raining at the dripping pan. I don't want to start conspiracies, but I don't know what the conspiracy could be. Why did it not rain when we weren't in the Football League? Who knows? Probably an FM26 bug. Anyway, moving on. You know, we almost got through a video without me not taking a jab at the game, but maybe next time. Teo, Castillo, DeBayo. Let's see what we can do here. I really, really want to see Castillo and Rodriguez just be these absolute ballers for us. Here is the number 10. That's a crazy ball to Landers. And, well, he should have kept the shot down, shouldn't he? Out of possession, Crawley are playing this quite defensive shape. I'm actually wondering if I want to try and double up on their wider players. I'm going to encourage the players to progress through both flanks. I am going to up the attacking width just a little bit here and actually tell our team to distribute it to the fullbacks. With how they're set up with their front 2 and a centre attacking mid, I think our fullbacks are going to have a little bit of space to maybe make a difference. Hopefully, Theo is going to be good yet again. Probably not expecting another hat-trick of assists, but who knows? He could maybe do it. Diakite out on the left-hand side, of course, had a great game last time too. On this occasion, he gives it to Castillo, gives it to Alberto, Mafiko, wide to Teo. This is great play. Julien, the right back. Little ball roll, skips past his man, burns him, squares it. Rodriguez probably should have scored. I mean, we're through the first half of the first half here. We've had 1 shot on target. We've had 9 shots in total. Crawley are yet to do anything towards our goal. But, well, at the moment, we're not showing that killer instinct that we showed last game, but that could change here. Alberto with an ambitious ball forward. That is a questionable defensive clearance, which allows us an opportunity to keep them pinned back. Zevcevic John skips past his man, squares it. Rodriguez is there. Have we solved our left mid position crisis? I did think he was going to be our starting left mid at one point last year. He just never really stepped up. But this season so far, the boy is starting on fire. It's a really intelligent ball across, and Rodriguez, I mean, if he'd missed that, I'm putting him on the next plane back to Mexico. 30 minutes played here. They are still yet to have a shot on target. Crawley are another fellow League 2 team, but I mean, the fact that we're dispatching of both Crawley, so far at least, and Dagenham, as we have thus far today, has to give us some real optimism that this year we are going to be up there towards the top. Diakite, Mafiko, the new lad from Cardiff, has forced an own goal there. The history books won't give him the assist. That is genius by him. Mafiko gets in behind. He is looking to pull the ball across here. It just deflects wickedly, and the keeper's reactions do have to be questioned there. That could be match fixing. Julien on the right-hand side, bringing forward the ball. The right back is deadly yet again today. Holds it up, pulls it back. Castillo, what can he do? He gives it back to Theo. Alvarez, cross. Rodriguez, turns, shoots. Hits the post. Landers has been a little more quiet in this game compared to the last one. I mean, to be fair, last game he got a hat-trick, so he's always going to be a bit quiet compared to last episode, but he's not shown much so far in this game. We've created a ton, but it's kind of come in the wider areas, and actually, in a weird way, it's good to see the inside forwards as involved as they've been, as, well, we see Zevcevic played in by, he pulls it back, the inside forwards have set each other up again, it's 3-0. Mafiko's ball here, by the way, like, the waiting on this is superb. Zevcevic gets there, first time, hooks his left foot around it, and it's another tap-in for Rodriguez. This is one of those games where it's 3-0 at half-time, but if anything, I actually feel like 3-0 does a disservice to how good we've been. I mean, Zevcevic, he was awful last year. He's turned into an absolute baller today. Last season, he got 3 goals and 4 assists. So far in today's episode, what has he had? 3 assists and a goal? He's chilling. I actually can't remember. I think he got more than a goal and an assist last game. Either way, look, there was a lot of goals, so you have to forgive me. Either way, we've been bloody brilliant. I feel like when you're a newly promoted team, there is always this air of, what is the season going to bring? How do we actually stack up? Obviously, expectations were high for us, but there were certain areas and kind of problem positions I wasn't sure I'd necessarily addressed. But, well, with the new tactical shift we've done where we've moved the fullbacks deeper, we're still on song. Rodriguez is in behind. He's put the shot wide there. He probably should have scored another. Also, I've hit a key on my keyboard and all the UI's vanished. What key have I hit it on my keyboard? I don't know what. Football Manager 26. If anyone knows what key I've pressed, please let me know. Obviously, I don't know how we're going to sort it for this video. You know what? We'll just keep watching the game. Julien dinks it. Rodriguez is in behind. Rodriguez scores. I think there's no pop-up. I can't see anything. What button did I press? I've got a controller connected. If I plug in the controller, does that help? I can bring up the tactics screen. No, the UI's just gone. Is there a UI button? I don't feel like it's meant to be possible to turn off the UI. What have I done? I'm not making this up. I've gone to Twitter to ask if someone can tell me how to fix the UI. I've blocked out the score to avoid spoilers. What button did I press? I don't know how long I'll wait to see if anyone knows how to fix this. By the way, if you're watching the video and you're not already and you do use X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, I just call it the Bird app. Yeah, follow me. It's at WorkTheSpace. I know, incredibly imaginative. Mersey is telling me that if I sometimes click into tactics, then hit X, it'll fix it. Do you think this is actually going to work? How many times am I going to do it? It's not working. It's still not working. Maybe if I unpause and do it. No, that's not worked. The internet hasn't helped me. You know what? The good news is we're 4-0 up. Do we really need the UI to enjoy the game? The game feels very naked, actually, doesn't it, without this thing? I'm just going to keep clicking tactics in and out. Maybe it will reappear eventually. I just want one video where I don't notice a bug or an issue. Rodriguez, is he on? I think he is. Should pass. Does pass. Probably should have scored. Diakite throws it to Landers, forward Zevcevic in behind the left attacking mid. He's passed it this time when there was no one to pass it to. That's annoying. I have just realised, it's the 86th minute. I've made no subs, so I'll make changes for the sake of it. 5 subs made, not that you can see them because the screen is just green. But the full-time whistle is going to go Lewis 4, Crawley 0. And, well, I wanted to start a rivalry. This is not a rivalry. A rivalry has to be competitive. Players are happy across the board. Rodriguez got a 10.0 rating in that game. Zevcevic 9.6. I mean, Alberto Rodriguez, remember the name. The scouts love him. They say he's a League One player. Championship potential. This could be our star boy for, like, the next, well, many seasons, I hope. I mean, all I'm saying is him and Zevkovic John in the wide areas in 2 matches have done more than our inside forwards did for the entirety of last season. Now, you might have noticed I have just inserted a contract status column onto the squad screen here. I have been slowly but surely getting more of the first team onto full-time deals. We're now at a point where, in terms of the best starting 11, the vast majority of players are on full-time deals, and the players that aren't, like Teo, Alberus, and there was one more, I think. Oh, Ranson in goal. I have all offered them all new deals. We can afford the new deals now that I'm happy with the squad that we've got, and I know that we can afford to kind of keep under the wage cap and keep those players on. I am just keen to get the core of our team onto full-time contracts, mostly just for the sake of training and development. Now, annoyingly, you might be thinking, well, Jack, now you've won in the first round of the Carabel Cup, are we just going to watch the cup run? Probably not. Second round is against Plymouth Argyle, who are top of League One after 1 game played. We've already played them in the FA Cup in recent years. I don't want to do the same away day twice. I guess the thing about today is it was as much about kind of getting our feet under the table, seeing how we stack up against League 2 opposition, and I feel like now the immediate plan has to be just to see how kind of we stack up in the coming month or so. Kind of let the dust settle. Are we still towards the top? Who are our rivals going to be this year if that is the case? Also, our stadium has been expanded. I feel like they've expanded that quicker than they were meant to, but I'm very glad they've got it done. Apparently the board are delighted I've achieved one of the objectives. I don't know what objective that was. No idea. Answer on a postcard. Oh, and look at this. Teo, Princewell, Alberus, Ranson have all signed new contracts. I realised that with Princewell, who I was thinking about selling, I probably shouldn't have got him to sign a new deal, really, should I? Oh, and a Bangby as well, I've got signed onto a full-time deal. And to be honest, the wages here, I don't think are that outrageous. They have all crept up by a few £100s, but compared to what we were looking at paying players at the start of pre-season, like even someone like Princewell, I think his wage demand's dropped by about £1,000 over the last 3 or 4 months. And now in a first-team squad of 25, 15 of the players are on full-time deals, and that does include everyone in the starting 11 when everyone's fit. Anyway, folks, we're going to leave things there for today. Luis Castillo, you were very quiet today, mate. Hopefully he's going to step up and get it kind of up to speed rather quickly. And as for my little friend Alberto Rodriguez, I think we might have found a new hero here at the club. I love this guy's physicals, has mad potential. Shame he's about as composed as a baked bean. We are top of League 2 as we end things today. Go down in the comments, let me know you got to the end of the video and help with the engagement. Leave a prediction. Are we going up? Are we winning the league? How many goals will Rodriguez score? Or will Landers end up top goal scorer? Imagine scoring a hat-trick on your debut and you're still not the manager's favourite. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. I'll see you on Monday for more. And until then, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.